Okay, this is going to be quite hard.
Oh my god.
This is really frustrating, Claudia.
Oh.
Something's telling me that if I carry on, she's going to get worse.
Hello and welcome to Jane Austen Task Mistress, the game show where 4 contestants tackle a series of challenges, or tasks if you wish, all about Jane Austen. I'm Claudia and I will be judging these attempts.
Because Jane Austen's dead.
She is. No need to remind everyone. And with me to assist and keep the score is Bill.
Thank you for having me.
Stop trying to be an American.
Y'all.
So 4 contestants are going to be playing out a series of challenges, but is there a grand prize?
There is.
And what is the grand prize? No,
Plan.
you're not having my pepperoni. Our 4 contestants have all nominated a charity each. The charity nominated by the winning contestant will get all of the ad revenue for this video. So you, the audience, can really help us out here by watching through the ads. I mean, you don't have to physically pay attention, but if you just leave the ads running throughout this video, there will be more money in the prize pool for the winning charity. But now, let's meet the contestants.
Hello, my name's Jack. My channel is Spread Book Joy, where I review great books for kids for home or school, but also my own reading and just waffle about books for hours and hours. I'm competing today for the Trussell Trust, who provide a network of food banks around the country, and their aim is to eliminate hunger and poverty and I think reduce the need for food banks long term. So at Christmas, my local food bank, or one of them, I drove past on Christmas Eve and saw the biggest queue I've ever seen outside the food bank, and I thought it was really heartbreaking. So that's where the money will go to if I win, so fingers crossed.
Hi, I am Cedric Abchal. I am 17 years old and I am a huge Jane Austen reader. I've never been a huge reader in my life until last year, and when the pandemic kicked in, I started delving into classic literature, primarily into Jane Austen. Incidentally, the charity I'm playing for today is Dementia UK. My grandmother is affected by dementia, and through this, I hope I will be able to make a little contribution to the people who share the same medical condition. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Katie from the channel Books and Things, and I'm one of the hosts of Jane Austen July, and I am playing Jane Austen Task Mistress today. And the charity I am playing for is Shelter, which is a British charity supporting people struggling with homelessness and bad housing in the UK. I feel like I'm not going to do very well at these challenges, but let's see how we go.
Hello everyone, I am Risha. I am from Pakistan. The name of my booktube channel is For the Love of Classics, in which I usually talk about classics a lot. And the charity which I wanted to pick for the challenge is Shaukat Khanum Memorial Cancer Hospital and Research Center. It's a cancer hospital in Pakistan. It is one of the first cancer hospitals which was basically set up in Pakistan. This charity is really important to me because the hospital is run solely on donations. All the patients at the hospital get free treatment, free testing, free medications. Not many of the people in Pakistan can afford the expensive cancer treatment available. So this is the charity which I would be picking up if I win this challenge. So without further ado, I'm going to start.
3 of our contestants are booktubers, that's Risha, Jack and Katie, and their channels are going to be linked in the description box. Please make sure you check them out, subscribe to them, watch their videos. Cedric does not yet have a booktube channel, although I think he should.
Come on, Cedric.
Go on, Cedric. But you'll find his Instagram linked in the description box as well. There will also be links to the 4 charities that they have nominated in the description box, so please make sure you check those out, donate if you can, have a look at their websites. Another thing you can do to help, watch the video first, but if you enjoy it, I would appreciate if you could share it with any Jane Austen fans you might know. This is the first time I've ever asked anyone to share any of my videos.
That's obviously why you're not doing very well.
Thanks. There are 6 tasks set by the task mistress, who is, of course,
Jane Austen herself.
Jane Austen herself. And why is that?
Because she's dead.
Because she's dead, and therefore she cannot be sued for copyright infringement. I'm just giving out the points on her behalf.
I haven't actually seen any of these either, so I will be reacting off the cuff. Claudia, as I'm sure you can tell, is reading from a script. This is it. This is it. This is the script. I have, as you can see, nothing. I'm going on natural charisma alone.
Since you don't need anything other than your charisma, why don't you play the first clip?
Let's.
Since Claudia said do not look at the tasks beforehand, so I haven't done that. I'm going to open it now.
I had my father written this down. I haven't seen them already. I haven't read them.
So, task 1, just open it up.
No, this one is task 2.
Task 1. Dress up as Jane Austen.
Dress up as Jane Austen.
Best costume wins. You have 5 minutes. Your time starts now. Oh, this is crazy. I don't have anything.
Best costume wins. You have 5 minutes. Your time starts now. I don't have any costumes. Oh my god. What the heck?
Okay, right. I need to find some stuff.
Luckily for me, that's my wardrobe.
We don't have anything, but I do have my full over in here. This is the only thing I have.
So I have my my most old-fashioned dress, and I have, this will have to do for a like cropped jacket that we had in Jane Austen's time. I feel like I have a sun hat somewhere that looks a bit like a bonnet, so I'm gonna go find that.
I'm gonna wear a lehenga. This is the closest thing I have to something Jane Austen-y. Dang it. It looks like Jane Austen. What else can I wear? Something else which I can wear.
Okay, I've got a dress on, but I've got 1 minute left. I've got a dress that is not the right length, but I feel like it's the right kind of style at the top, very like Empire line, except it's about 2 sizes too small for me now. So I've put this to cover up my décolletage. Okay, gloves.
Yay! Is there something else I can wear? Oh my god, I didn't even start the timer! I'm so sorry!
This is the only thing I've got. I'm sorry. This is really frustrating, Claudia. Ugh. Oh, anyways, look at here. I draw like an Emma. This is not what we're here for. This drawing of a deer has played a major part in Bridget Jones' Diary. Mr. Darcy, Colin Firth.
So I found my hat, my bonnet hat, and I think I probably need to put up my hair. Jane Austen would not have her hair out like this, so got 2 minutes left. Let's go for this.
My hair is quite Austen-y, which is good. Bonus.
I feel like I'm at an advantage here because I have dressed up as Jane Austen before, or at least in vaguely 19th century outfits.
I just realized too that, I'm wearing blue, and this, I think Jane Austen's most famous portrait is she was sitting down wearing a blue gown and then something like a short hairdress or something.
What else did Jane Austen do? I have something pearls. With me to have any pearls.
It needs something. Fake pearls. I've got a dressing up box. I'm a teacher, so that's why I call this.
Found jewelry box. I can find some jewelry, which is, I don't know, vintage. Do I have any vintage jewelry pieces? Nope, I don't have any vintage. Was Jane Austen rich? Oh look, it's so pretty. It's a peacock. Can I wear this? Does Jane Austen like peacocks? Please tell me she liked peacocks, because I have nothing else.
Oh, we're running out. Yeah, we're just... So, yeah.
Okay, got that. Oh my god, we've got 7 seconds. 7 seconds, I want to get these gloves on. They're not matching, but... Oh my god. Okay, I've got 1 glove on.
Bonnet on. That will have to do. Here we go. This is my Jane Austen, best I can do. This is not very good Jane Austen, is it? But this is vaguely Regency, which we're just gonna have to live with.
I may not look like Jane Austen, I may not look like from the period, but I think it's more of like I am somewhere from the Bridget Jones. Colin Firth and I share one thing. is reindeer.
I'll just sit over here like Jane Austen. I'm a very Asian, a very Pakistani Jane Austen with fancy clothes.
I think I've done quite well given the circumstances. But anyway, so one glove on. I thought the glove was quite a nice touch, the pearls. Maybe I'm going to a ball, you don't know.
Please take a screenshot of this, okay? This is me being Jane Austen.
Task 1, done.
Jack says she has a dressing up box because she's a teacher. No shame.
No, absolutely fine.
Props to Cedric, who had nothing except a blue shirt and a drawing of the reindeer from Bridget Jones, which is a film that's 2 years older than he is.
To be fair though, it was a good reindeer picture.
What was your favourite?
I was impressed when Jack got out the singer. But the pearls were very nice around the hair, but I don't know if Jack's pearls are as good as Katie's hat.
The sun hat, yeah, like that really does look like a bonnet. I think I liked Jack's costume the best. I liked the pearls in the hair and like the scarf. I thought Risha and Katie were like Jane Austen on 2 different days. Like Katie was Jane Austen writing her next like book in the garden on a casual Wednesday, and then on the Friday night she goes up dressed like Risha goes to the next ball. Also, I get the sense that Katie's not messing about. Like I think we've got a very, very what's the word in English when you want to win? I know the German word, ehrgeizig.
She's very ehrgeizig.
She wants to win. I think
She's hungry. She's hungry for it.
So I think she's one to watch. If anyone knows whether Jane Austen liked peacocks, comment down below.
That could settle it, couldn't it?
This is what I've got the script for, because I wrote down these quotes. Please tell me Jane Austen liked peacocks, because I have nothing else.
Okay, Google. Did Jane Austen like peacocks? The Jane Austen peacock, how a bird became an icon.
Okay, it's a thing. It's a thing.
41 objects, peacocks in Pride and Prejudice.
Really?
The stunning Pride and Prejudice peacock brooch, available from our online gift shop.
So yeah, accidentally, Risha, you came across a thing here. After much deliberation, these are the scores. Jack is on 4, best costume. Risha on 3, very glamorous. And Peacock, turns out, strangely relevant. Katie on 2, nice costume, bit casual. Cedric's on 1. Before we move on to the next task, let's take a little ad break. And remember, keep your finger away from the skip ad button if you want to support the charities.
I mean, that's blackmail.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to task number 2, which is all about some Jane Austen book knowledge. So see if you can guess along. Do you want to play the video, Bill?
Let's roll VT.
Task 2. Let's go for it. I'm going to keep the outfit on.
Name as many mothers and aunts from Jane Austen's work as you can while bowing or curtsying after each answer.
Bowing or curtsying after each answer. Most correct guesses wins.
Most correct guesses wins. You have 1 minute.
You have 1 minute. Your time starts now. Oh. I'm sorry, but I have to be in here.
Okay, aunts and mothers. Okay.
Mrs. Bennet. Oh gosh. Oh, what was her name? Oh.
Mrs. Dashwood. Oh, how are you supposed to curtsy or bow? The command. Mrs. Dashwood, Mrs. Ferrers, Lady Middleton, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, Mrs. Bennet, Lydia. No, not Lydia Bennet. She's not a mother. She's not a mother.
Mother. Mothers and aunt. Okay, hold on. Pride and Prejudice has. I don't remember Jane Austen. Elizabeth Bennet's. Mrs. Bennet. Mrs. Bennet.
Mrs. Bennet, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, Mrs. Dashwood.
I've forgotten all of them. Mothers. Mrs. Dashwood.
Lady Lucas, Mrs. Reynolds, the housekeeper.
And what's Mr. Darcy's aunt's name? Catherine de Bourgh. Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
Lady Bertram, Mrs. Norris, Miss Bates, Mrs. Bates, Mrs. Churchill, Mrs. Weston. I almost said Mr. Churchill.
What is Fanny Price's aunt's name? Oh God.
Lady Bertram, Aunt Norris, Mrs. Price, who else have I got? Miss Bates, that's an aunt.
Okay. What's her name has the aunties, the old auntie and the grandmother. Oh, what is her name? Lucy. What's their auntie's name? I've forgotten. Okay. Why have I gone completely blank?
Mrs. Thorpe, Lady Elliot, Mrs. Price.
No, thank God, Abby. I don't remember the names. Emma didn't have any aunts, or her mother passed away, so let's forget her. And Anne didn't have any aunt. Her mother passed away as well. And who else? Oh no, I don't remember anyone.
Henrietta Musgrove, no, not her.
Mrs. Morland, Catherine Morland's mother. What other aunts are there? My goodness, this is harder than I would have thought.
Mothers and aunties. Persuasions, no mother or auntie. Oh my goodness, this is really tricky.
Ugh. Anne Elliot's godmother. I can't remember her name. Lady Russell, and then Lady DeCousy, Lady Susan. I can't think.
Oh, Anne Elliot, she is an aunt herself. I've forgotten the name now of her sister, Mary, Anne's sister, but I can't remember her surname. But she is a mother. And that's my time up. I did not do very well there.
Like the Bennet's aunts from London. Mrs. Green. Okay, I'm sorry, I failed.
Oh, Lady. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten. Oh. I'm gonna remember it now, aren't I?
Oh, Sense and Sensibility. Oh, I lost that one. Terribly.
Lady Catherine de Bourgh. Does it count? Probably not.
That does not count.
Nice try, Jack.
Nice try, but that does not count. So because I know that people are going to bring this up, let's just correct a few things. The Bennet's aunt is called Mrs. Gardiner, not Mrs. Green. Lady Russell and Mrs. Reynolds, as far as we know, are not aunts or mothers. But despite that, Cedric is way ahead of the rest.
Cedric put in a very strong showing, I thought. Even though I've not heard any of these names, I thought he said them the fastest.
He got, as far as I can tell, 16 correct answers. Way out in first, 4 points to Cedric. Next up is Katie with 10 correct answers. So she gets 3 points in second place. Do you want to guess how many Risha and Jack got each?
I mean, I'm expecting about 3 between them.
They got 2 each. Absolutely pathetic performance there from the two of them, and 1 point each.
1 point each.
Yes. Shall we do a little score check? How are the scores, Bill?
I haven't done I've done the spreadsheet, but I haven't done the thing that actually spreadsheet to do that actually have the scores.
Bill, you have one job.
Why does my phone have not equals as an option?
I told you to use pen and paper.
Everyone's on 5 except Risha, who's on 4.
There you go. We got them in the end. Shall we move on to the next task?
I would love a next task. What is the next task all about?
Well, the next task is about architecture. Play the video.
Okay, task 3.
Build a replica of Pemberley out of books.
Build a replica of Pemberley out of books. Most imposing construction ways.
You have 10 minutes, your time starts now. Okay, this is going to be quite hard.
Books needed first. What, 10 minutes?
I have brought books in here. I'm just going to clean my table a little. I don't have much books because I read using ebooks. It's not classics. I don't have a Jane Austen book here, which is a shame. I only have like 1 classic in here. I mean 2. Yeah. Lady Chatterley's Lover, Catcher in the Rye.
I don't like this challenge. I'll have to fix the entire bookshelf again.
It's going to take ages to tidy up. Okay, I think I've got an idea. A nice square, maybe some columns. I can manage columns.
Okay, so I think I need to find a picture of Pemberley on my phone to start with, and then we'll see how that goes. By which I mean Pemberley from... Let's go 2005 Pride and Prejudice. Let's go rogue. I mean, I'm not going to be able to build it out of books, but let's give it a go.
I mean, I'm just thinking of Pemberley from the BBC show, but you know, Pemberley's just a big imposing house, so...
When I think of it, I think of like the 2005 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. I think these are the pillars, the columns. of Pemberley.
It could be like pillars at the front, maybe?
Most imposing structure. Can we like make 2 pillars or something and then make sure they join? Whoosh. It's not going to be that easy.
It's like the doorway.
I have tapes. Many tapes in here.
It's very imposing.
Poor old book. Such a lovely book. That's nice. I think that's very good.
I also got a watercolor palette.
There we go. Yes! Okay.
I'm gonna try something else I have.
Be too big. Too big? Possibly too big.
We only have 5 minutes left and it's frustrating. I don't have enough time. So we're doing this. We are constructing Pemberley.
This is going to be the garden fountain outside.
Where's my tape? Where's my tape? Everybody loves John Green, but then I love Jane Austen more. I'm sorry, John Green.
A bit bigger.
We are bringing this in. Like the castle doors. Yeah. Oh, God. That's okay, but I'm going to eye capture your eye.
Like 19 seconds.
Oh, I still have one more. John Green's looking for Alaska. I think I'm just. Oh, that is it. We lose.
Some chimneys. I think I'm done. It's 1 minute. Pemberley.
It's not bad, right? And then
This is a fountain. These are the gardens of Pemberley, and this is the huge structure with some artistic pillows right over there.
I think that's pretty good.
I mean, I'm not very pleased with this because this does not look at all like a house. I was trying to get the arch thing at the front, which I sort of got, but I feel like it needs to be much taller and just in general, much, much better.
So let me show you what the reference pictures were. Obviously, Pemberley is not a real house. This is the 1995 house used in the BBC adaptation. And here we've got the 2005 one. So Katie and Risha went for the 2005 one. Cedric, I don't think he specified, and Jack went for the BBC one.
No. Cedric just taped his favourite books together.
Which actually looked really good.
It did. I mean, it sort of operated as well. It was the only one that I could actually see. Well, I mean, not me, but maybe Minerva could visit.
What do you think, Minerva? Would you like to live in a house made of books?
Would you like to visit Book Pemberley?
I was a little bit sort of meh about Risha's construction until she just dropped that blue tin as the fountain. I thought that was a stroke of genius.
That was good.
That was good.
Wasn't a book. notably, but I think we're allowing that. It's
I
still
think so.
made out of books
Yeah.
in the same way that Minerva is made out of triangles.
Just to go back to Cedric, everybody loves John Green, but I love Jane Austen more. I'm sorry, John Green. I want that on a t-shirt.
Katie, again, all business.
She's just not about. We can swear in this because I'm going to beep it.
I know, we can swear in this, but I think we shouldn't.
Katie is not messing about. She just went straight in there. She's like, yes, here's my reference pictures and I'm going to try and get that arch done. But in the end, I think she did run out of time. She probably should have made it a little bit taller and better.
Yeah, I thought she did quite a good impression of the top of Pemberley. Jack, again, obviously became a teacher because of her love of dress-up and construction.
Jack just smashed this one out of the park. Like, I thought that looked amazing. Let's actually look at all four of them together.
Okay.
So I think from the proportions, Jack's is the best.
What does Jack teach?
I'm assuming architecture. I like Cedric's and Risha's. Katie's, I was hopeful while she was building it, but it's a bit underwhelming. If you look at Risha's actual house, it is just 3 stacks of books with some candles on top. I'm going to give Cedric second place, so I think I'm going to go Jack 4, Cedric 3, Risha 2, and Katie 1.
Okay, it's done?
Yeah, if you take note of that.
No, wasn't listening.
Okay. Do you want to see another task?
I would love to see another task.
All right. Well, task 4 is about something very personal. Play the video.
I'm going to open task 4 because I could wait until I clear up Pemberley, but by that point my partner might be home and go, what on earth are you doing?
I am now going to start number 4.
Task 4. Write a 3-sentence description of yourself in the style of Jane Austen.
Snappiest description wins. You have 5 minutes.
You have 5 minutes. Your time starts now. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna grab my laptop for this and I'm gonna start my 5-minute timer.
Need a pencil?
Oh, I hate this kind of thing.
Right. Time starts now. I'm going to include some typical for Austen phrases. Maybe I'm being a bit... It's fine. Give it a go.
I don't think I'm writing in Jane Austen pioneered this type of writing called free indirect discourse, and I don't think I'm writing in that way, so...
This is not very Jane Austen-y sounding.
Time is up.
Ooh,
Yes.
interesting.
It is an interesting task. I have to say, this is the one I would least like to do. I hate this task. I think Jane Austen's very mean for setting it.
She is a terrible person,
Terrible person.
but fortunately,
She's dead.
she is dead.
It's like a school assignment, but worse because it's about yourself.
Minerva's worrying me.
How about we take an ad break to get our cat off the camera?
Get your cats under control. We'll be back for more Task Mistress.
Alright, so the 4 contestants have had their minute each, or 5 minutes, I can't remember, 5 minutes. Shall we see how they describe themselves in the style of Jane Austen?
Let's play the next clip.
Miss Lumsden was a young lady of short stature and insufficient wit, far too given to reading. She was liable to spend much of her time amongst books, neglecting walking, the pianoforte and other accomplishments in favour of her studies. Other young ladies of the neighbourhood pitied her for her unpardonable reluctance to engage in dancing and her shocking lack of interest in bonnets.
He finds great felicity sneaking out late and lying supine on a pavement, his sweet territory of silence, his holy ground. This is an attempt to find beauty and repose in the blaring incandescent stars above the depths of the night and the vastness of the sky. He ponders retrospectively his youthful experiences through the filters of nostalgia and regret and sentimentality.
She thought she knew how things worked. All the things. She enjoyed her time with books and believed that people who did not take any pleasure in books could not be smart. I highly doubt Jane Austen would have used the word smart. She felt she was not with people of her taste, as her family was loud and her sisters cared for expensive clothes, jewelry, and big gatherings full of people. My sisters are going to kill me if they watch this video. But despite all that, she had found herself in a place where she was content and happy. She, who prided herself on her intellect, understood the merit in having people around her who were unlike her, as they gave her something challenging to do every day.
It was a truth universally acknowledged by all who made her acquaintance that Miss Jacqueline, lately of the village of Walthamstow, was as scatterbrained an individual as one could ever hope to meet, with few accomplishments to recommend her. Of wit and wisdom I need only say this, that her conversation once engaged would test the most patient of souls with its lack of either attribute. Her sanguine countenance was often reminiscent of a beetroot, so often did she hare about town in a most unladylike fashion.
Okay, well, I feel we've got to know our contestants a little better now.
I think we do as well.
Katie and Jack, both kind of self-effacing, but incredibly well written, I thought.
I'm not sure that Jane Austen has ever likened anyone to any kind of vegetable, but the beetroot comparison was quite funny. What was very accurate about Risha's is the sisters. Cedric's was written really beautifully, but I think it was too romantic for Jane Austen.
To be clear, I want to read novels by all of you.
Liar, you've never read a novel in your life.
I have seen novels. I thought they were all beautifully constructed.
It does say snappiest description wins. I think the snappiest was Katie's.
Katie's, I would put Katie's up first.
I think Katie's up first. Can we give Katie 4 points and everyone else 2 points each?
I mean, you are the one channeling Jane Austen.
Yes.
Because she's dead.
Because she's dead. Let's do that.
4 points to Katie.
2 points to everyone else.
Participation trophies for the rest.
So, Bill, shall we have an update on the scores?
Let's have an update on the scores. Oh, it's very exciting. On an incredible 10 points, we've got Katie. Risha, little bit behind, falling behind on 8 points. Jack, steaming ahead of Katie with 11 points. But Cedric is also on 10 points. That means Jack is winning.
Well done, Jack. Shall we move on to task number 5?
Task number 5.
Which is all about fashion. Play the clip.
Task 5. Make a mouse-sized bonnet.
Make a mouse-sized bonnet.
Most fashionable bonnet wins.
You have 10 minutes. Your time starts now. Oh!
Okay, I'm gonna need some stuff for this, and I also need a timer.
My question is, does it have to be made out of fabric, or can I make it out of like tin foil?
I don't have arts and craft supplies with me.
You know what? I'm gonna go with tin foil.
I have a handkerchief here. Oh, I just seen one. A face mask.
I have some cardboard, which we will work with.
Regency England in a pandemic.
Mouse-sized.
This morning we were just eating these Bakewell things. They look kind of bonnet-like.
I'm trying to make what I think is gonna look like a party hat, and then I will sort it out and make it look like a bonnet later. Because at least then that's a start. Right, like a cone thing.
This is quite bonnet-like. But it's quite big for a mouse. Mouse's head's like... I should know, my cat has brought in a fair few mice in his time.
I saw my mother sewing something earlier and she had left few needles with thread on it, so I'm just gonna get it.
My nieces left their arts and craft supplies here, so I'm gonna see if I can find something here. I have some stickers.
2 needles. Perfect.
Some frozen stickers. Some from Little Pony. Oh my god, they are beautiful, but I can't use their stickers without permission. What are bonnets supposed to look like? Can I check? Is it cheating? Hat tied under the chin with a brim framing the face. Okay.
How are you supposed to even do this?
Yeah, this is not doing what I thought it would do at all. Oh, am I gonna have to give up and try something different? I took the top off.
Something like this.
This isn't what I wanted. Any card? Paper? Paper would do.
So what I'm doing in here is I'm going to trace like that.
5 minutes left. What am I rushing for? Let's not rush this process. Let's enjoy ourselves.
I have this shower cap. That's a horrible idea.
Okay, right, paper. What I want is like a hat. This is not gonna work, is it? I'm just gonna run out of time and have nothing.
It's this bloody ribbon. I just can't get this ribbon to stick. Maybe this ribbon would be nicer.
Okay. I have a cone.
I don't enjoy myself.
I need like a substitute mouse head. That's what I need.
Then I want to like fold in the top. Can we do this? I mean, it is still just looking like half an hour right now.
How much time do I have? 2.5 minutes.
I could stick a ribbon around the outside and then it would kind of look like a hat. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this.
It's not going to be very practical.
I think every single woman back in Regency era I envy because they kind of like know every single thing. They can do the laundry, they can do housekeeping, they can paint tables, they can make bonnets, not like me.
And then if I just made it worse because now my bonnet just has a hole in the top. But if we stick some Hotel Chocolat ribbon over the top, we could get this to work.
My little mousy bonnet. Oh, I love it.
Cute. It's too heavy. It's the most weirdest thing I've ever done. Look, it's so stylish.
I feel like if I fiddle with this anymore, it's going to completely fall apart.
So here's my bonnet. I have 3 minutes left to make this look other than terrible. Have I made this worse? It now looks like whatever they wear in The Handmaid's Tale, which is not what I was going for with my Austen S bonnet.
Oh my god, I have 25 seconds left.
If anybody from the Regency era has resurrected, I wish they'd resurrected my body. Oh, that's it. We run out of time.
Okay, I think that's enough.
That's alright. The alarm's not gone off yet. Oh, there's my alarm. And there's my mousy bonnet.
Just give me 1 more minute.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
This is the worst. This is not even a bonnet.
This is going to have to do, but I did find a small toy squirrel to display the bonnet on. It looks even worse now on this small squirrel.
Is it too big? Who knows? But task 5 is done.
I'm crying.
I mean, I wouldn't say Jack's was too big in context.
To be fair, I've never met Risha. Maybe she is this big.
Jack's obviously seen a mouse before,
Yes.
but obviously not tried to dress one before.
First of all, I like that everyone had a different approach and different materials.
Oh, very much so. They all went to completely different places to start with. Very good.
Yes, I would have gone with paper.
I would have gone and done something else.
I think my favourite of the materials has to be Cedric's.
The face mask was genius, very on trend. Did spend all his time just sewing a face mask to itself.
I believe that's called hemming.
Right. How long was the time for this?
10 minutes.
Okay, so he hemmed a face mask for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Katie's did look absolutely awful though. Just looked like a squirrel in a wizard hat.
I love a squirrel in a wizard hat.
That what the task was about? Are we just ignoring the size of Risha's bonnet because we don't know how...
We don't know how tall Risha is. Jax did look the most like a bonnet.
It was a bit bland though. It was just a brown bonnet with a blue ribbon. I want to put Risha in first because she had the best bonnet.
I don't know, I mean, it doesn't pull that far away from Jax, though.
No,
still,
I think
'cause-
Jack is in second. Risha in first, Jack in second. But the other two, like, it doesn't seem right to put Cedric last because he did actual sewing.
Cedric hemmed a face mask for 10 minutes.
11, because he did take the extra minute.
Like, I love that he went off and got sewing kit and a face mask. It was a brilliant idea. Awful execution.
Cedric's looked like the caps that the married women would wear. I think if a Regency lady would wear either Cedric's or Katie's, she's more likely to wear Cedric's.
A Regency mouse.
A Regency mouse. Alright,
Yeah.
Cedric gets 2 points, Katie gets 1.
It's done. Okay, so, you know what I would like? I would like to see another task, please.
Alright, well, just so it happened... Luckily for...
It just so happens that.
It just so happens that we have one task left, and the final task is the only one with a spoiler warning for Persuasion and Pride and Prejudice. I have to put this in because BookTube will get very annoyed if I don't.
Sure.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
Play task number 6.
Something bad did happen. I was filming myself doing the last activity and I forgot the start button. So I think I have to redo everything.
Alright, it's now time for the last challenge.
Task 6. Reenact a Jane Austen proposal scene. Most romantic proposal wins.
The most romantic proposal wins.
You have 5 minutes to prepare before you act out your scene. Your time starts now.
The most romantic book, in my opinion, is Persuasion, but I can't remember what the proposals were like.
Captain Wentworth like slipped a letter under like a writing desk, and then Anne Elliot finds it, and then they're like walking down the streets. I mean, I think it's just romantic, but I think I can't do that.
Okay, so my favorite Jane Austen proposal scene is... Wait, which one is it? The one from Pride and Prejudice?
I need to go find my Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy Christmas decorations.
She rejects that proposal, but even then it's my favorite.
I'm hoping I don't have to dress up. I'm not going to dress up because I've got 5 minutes and I've got to actually just have a little look at the book.
What I'm just going to do is this proposal scene from Pride and Prejudice 2005. It's quite obnoxious for me. It gives me like a cringe. It's kind of like cliche.
You pierce my soul, I am half agony, half hope, I have loved none but you, is one of the most romantic lines in literature as far as I'm concerned. So it's got to be this one.
I know you are too generous to trifle with me. I believe you spoke with my aunt last night, and it has taught me to hope, as I had scarcely allowed myself before.
And it has taught me to hope, as I scarcely allowed myself before. If your feelings are still what they were last April, tell me so at once.
So I have not been able to find my Christmas decoration, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, who would have been perfect for this scene. I cannot find them. And I've used up all my 5 minutes trying to find them in my house and I couldn't. So we're gonna have to make do with a dramatic reading from Persuasion of Captain Wentworth's letter because, you know, that will do, won't it? I think that will do.
So I used to do this with my friends, so I'm super excited that I'm finally going to do it here on camera.
Jack and Katie are going from the letter from Persuasion. And Risha and Cedric are going for the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. I like their choices. I think Pride and Prejudice and Persuasion have got the most romantic proposals.
Yeah.
Just want to give a shout out to the one from Emma, which has the line that is so famous I had to write it down. I can't find it. Oh yes, of course. If I loved you less, I might be able to talk about it more. Before we romance the pants off you, I might cut that out. Let's go to our final outbreak. So Bill, do you remember when we got engaged?
I do not.
We rolled a die and then we went for a walk with David Hasselhoff.
We did. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Yeah, anyway, that's nothing as romantic. Nowhere.
I've been looking for freedom.
No, Bill, that is licensed. I can't add. Katie was looking for her Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth Bennet Christmas decorations, and I don't know why any more than you. Which proposal would you like to see first? The Persuasion or the Pride and Prejudice one?
All right, well, let's start with Persuasion then.
So here we go, Jack and Katie performing Captain Wentworth's letter in Persuasion.
Dearest Anne, as you know, you pierce my soul. If your feelings are what they once were, will you please do me the honour, relieve my agony, and consent to be my wife? I think that'll do. I can't think of it. I'm not the most romantic person.
I can listen no longer in silence. I must speak to you by such means as are within my reach. You pierce my soul. I am half agony, half hope. Tell me not that I am too late, that such precious feelings are gone forever. I offer myself to you again with a heart even more your own than when you almost broke it 8.5 years ago. Dare not say that man forgets sooner than woman, that his love has a much earlier death. I have loved none but you. Unjust I may have been, weak and resentful I have been, but never inconsistent. You alone have brought me to Bath. For you alone I think and plan. Have you not seen this? Can you fail to have understood my wishes? I have not waited even these 10 days. Could I have read your feelings as I think you must have penetrated mine? I can hardly write. I am every instant hearing something that overpowers me. You sink your voice, but I can distinguish the tones of that voice when they would be lost on others. Too good, too excellent creature, you do us justice indeed. You do believe that there is a true attachment and consistency amongst men. You do believe, that's not the right words, you do believe that there is true attachment and constancy among men. Believe it to be most fervent, most undeviating in FW. I must go, uncertain of my fate, but I shall return hither or follow your party as soon as possible. A word, a look will be enough to decide whether I enter your father's house this evening or never.
Oh, I get goosebumps from Katie reading that scene. Not so much from Jack.
No.
Jack was like, here's a ring, okay? I think we have a clear favourite here.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Do you want to see the Pride and Prejudice ones then?
No.
Okay. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye. No, we'll put one.
Let's watch the Pride and Prejudice.
Let's watch Pride and Prejudice.
Alright, play the tape.
This is scarcely going to be romantic, very hardly going to be romantic. You must know, surely you must know, it was all for you. You are too generous to trifle with me. I believe you spoke with my aunt last night, and it has taught me to hope, as I had scarcely allowed myself before. If your feelings are still what they were last April, tell me so at once. My affections and wishes have not changed, but one word from you will silence me forever. If, however, your feelings have changed, I will have to tell you, you have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. I never wish to be parted from you, from this day on.
I'm Mr. Darcy now. I know you are too generous to trifle with. I believe you spoke with my aunt last night, and it has taught me to hope like I have never allowed myself to hope before. If your feelings are still what they were last April, please tell me so at once. My feelings have not changed. But one word from you will silence me on this matter forever. Now I'll be Elizabeth. Elizabeth is silent. Darcy. If, however, your feelings have changed, I would like to tell you, you have bewitched me, body and soul. And I love you. And never wish to be parted from you from this day. Elizabeth. Elizabeth looks at him, doesn't say a word. A tear rolls down Elizabeth's eye. Darcy. No, wait, it's Elizabeth. I'm very happy to inform you. Oh my god, I'm making weird sounds. I'm very happy to inform you that my sentiments have changed drastically. There are no other words which could give me more pleasure. Okay, then they both cry and then they hug and then they just like...
Damn, Risha! Oh, move aside, Colin first.
Right. Well, move aside whoever played the guy in 2005 and Keira Knightley. Because she did
Right.
both parts.
She did.
So both of them followed the script from the movie. But yeah, Risha, I mean, she was playing for the Oscar there.
That was beautiful. That was like,
That was a performance.
yeah.
So we've got Risha doing the best Pride and Prejudice, and we've got Katie doing the best Persuasion. The Captain Wentworth letter is the most romantic proposal, I think.
Risha had the most romantic delivery. I think.
So I think we're going for Risha 4 points, Katie 3 points, Jack, sorry, you're in last 1 point, and Cedric on 2. So before we go to the final scores and to crowning the winner of Jane Austen Taskmistress, I just have to show you a little bonus clip because Risha also gave us this gem. Let's play the bonus clip.
The one which I like is when she says no. That's my favorite proposal because the way she rejects him is just like awesome. So I'm gonna do that. If you have extra time on the video, just put it on. Are those the words of a gentleman? From the first moment I saw you, your arrogance, your conceit, your selfish disdain for the feelings of other made me realize that you would be the last man on earth I could ever be prevailed upon to marry. Darcy. Shocked. Forgive me, madam, for taking up so much of your time. He leaves abruptly.
Someone give her an Oscar already.
Extra bonus acting.
Yeah, no bonus points, but I think that had to be in there.
That was very good.
All right, and there we get to the final scores.
The final scores. Well, it was definitely a close competition.
Was it? Okay,
It
I
was
have no,
very
I
good.
really have no idea who's come up ahead.
Okay, well, if you've been paying attention, you already know. Drum roll, please.
Okay, I'll put the sound effect in.
Yeah, that didn't have sufficient gravitas for me to tell you that on 15 points we have Jack. Falling just behind Jack are Katie and Cedric, both on 14. Well done, both of you. But Risha pulling ahead with 16 points is our winner.
Woohoo! Well done, Risha. So that means the ad revenue for this is going to the Shaukat Khanum Memorial Cancer Hospital and Research Centre. I hope I remembered that correctly. But please do check out all of the charities that are linked in the description box. Give if you can, and share this video if you enjoyed it so that more money can go to the cancer hospital.
Please do check out all the other charities and chuck some money to them as well, because all of our contestants, incredible work.
I know, right?
All the way through.
Yes, so I want to say that these people who agreed to take part in this, they knew they were going to get ridiculed. They knew that we were going to take the... They knew that they were going to have to do some absolutely silly things in the name of Jane Austen. And they still, you know, they took part and they put so much enthusiasm and fun into it. And they're all so clever and hilarious. And you should go and check out their channels. And you should go into the comment section and bully Cedric into also starting up a BookTube channel.
Put in the comments what were some of your favourite performances
Yes,
that we saw today.
please give them all of the love in the comment section. And go and subscribe to their channels.
Well, thank you for joining us for the first annual Jane Austen Taskmistress.
Hang on. If I don't get sued over this, we might do this again.
Sued by whom? She's dead.
That's true, she's dead.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
I don't know, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, let's get lunch.
Yeah.
Let's get the cats some lunch. You didn't even put bread in there for the joke.
No, because I can't even plug it in here. There's nowhere to plug it in. It doesn't even stay down
Oh, I see.
if you haven't got it plugged in.
Okay.
It would be quite a funny joke to just have it as a background thing, like, and just later on it just goes ping.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Actually, shall I put it on the shelf behind us? So
No,
that at
no,
some
no,
point
no,
it
no,
can-
no, no.
With some bread in it.
No.